everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sam if you're new here, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you to all my new subscribers for joining the club and hanging out with me, talking about plants with me. I really appreciate it. So I'm finally doing my 2020 winter houseplant tour. I haven't done a tour since the summer, I think August. So I have a lot of new plants to share with you guys, a lot of updates, and it's going to be fun, I think. So probably going to be doing this tour in 3 parts, definitely at least 2. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, this is just kind of little overview of all of the things we're going to go over in this tour. This is my new awesome plant stand that I've had my eyes on for a while. I've seen it in so many people's videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need that, it's perfect. Okay, let's start here on my entertainment stand. And this doesn't actually normally set here, but because it wouldn't get enough light, the Monstera Adansonii prefers a little bit more light, but I just kind of moved it down here because it's so big and you can't tell that much about it when it's setting up on the shelf. It actually was hanging in a macrame, but when I got my new stand over there, I had to take it down. So I'm trying to figure out where he's gonna live now. But so this is the beautiful Monstera Adansonii that I got from Hertz last month that I was really impressed with. This is the reason I placed my second order to begin with. This plant's doing great. I was afraid that it may start to show signs of cold damage within the weeks after I received it, but it didn't. It had lots of new growth points that unfurled, and since then it just keeps putting off new leaves. This is a new leaf right here, and they're beautiful. There are a couple leaves like this that are damaged from shipping, but that doesn't bother me at all. Look at this leaf. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Here's a new leaf unfurling. This plant has completely made me fall in love with Adansonii. This plant does actually sit here. This is my massive Cebu blue, and he was actually a lot bigger, but I've taken cuttings from this plant so many times. And I know in my Q&A video I said that my kids don't mess with my plants, but this is the exception. My son actually, for some reason, only this plant, he takes his little dinosaurs and makes them eat the leaves. Yeah, so I kept noticing these straggly vines, and come to find out that's what he does. He brings his dinosaurs in here and he says they're hungry, and he has been using their toy teeth to chomp up the leaves on this plant. So that is the exception. So no, my kids don't really mess with my plants, but this poor guy has been through a little bit of trauma thanks to some toy dinosaurs. Okay, here you can kind of see my grow light setup. I don't have enough grow lights, but I do have some that are helping out tremendously. It's a really beautiful sunshiny day today, so I had to close my blinds because it's incredibly backlit. But normally there's not a whole lot of light coming in this time of year, so these are just the Bosley grow lights I got on Amazon. I think they're $40 or $50, and I have 2 sets of them. And they have the gooseneck, so I can literally turn them and place them any way that I need to, and it's just really convenient. I really like them. My plants seem to really like them as well. They do have a timer on them, 3, 6, or 12 hours, different brightness levels, and I really like them for some inexpensive grow lights. So we're going to start on this shelf. As I said, I'm probably going to have to pull some plants out because it's just kind of hard to tell anything about a lot of these guys. But here we have my string of hearts. This is the one I got the most recent, a couple months ago, and it was severely overwatered. So I've lost a lot of the strands, a lot of hearts, but it seems to be doing better. I need to find a place to put it. It's just kind of hanging here on this rack. But if you can see, there's actually a good bit of new growth coming in the pot, so pretty happy with that. And then back here we have my Peperomia obtusifolia, which is doing well. This plant loves a lot of light, so that's why it's kind of right up against the window. And it's getting really tall. I really probably should cut this back come spring, and I may, but I kind of like the look of it all tall. I don't know, I think it looks kind of cool. And then behind this string of hearts we have my largest Hoyacarii. This is its newest leaf. It's doing pretty good. And then here is my Alocasia Zabri. And I thought this plant, along with my Regal shield, was going dormant. I moved it over here and started giving it more light, and as you can see we have a new leaf on the way, so that made me really happy. So pretty. And then guys, so here's my variegated lipstick plant that I was really struggling with for quite a long time. I started bottom watering it actually, and since doing that it's perked up, it's gotten so happy, and it's putting off so much new growth, like on the ends, but also just kind of everywhere. There's just new growth popping out everywhere, and it really loves its bright light. So I keep this grow light pretty much in this area at all times. It's doing so good. It looks so pretty. Let's pull them out and take a closer look. And then if you can see, there is my Mona Lisa plant, lipstick plant, that I stuck in this pot quite a while ago, and it died off. Like, neither plant was doing well. It died off, and now it's grown back, so I'm really happy about that too. Bottom watering it is for this guy. And then here we have my Alocasia Black Velvet. This plant was doing so well, and this is another one that I also thought was going dormant. It wasn't getting a lot of light either. I moved all of my Alocasia into brighter light, and since I did that, we have a new leaf on the way, so yay! I can't tell you how excited that I am that these Alocasia are not going dormant, because my Capria did. It just had suffered so much, I think, from the mealybugs to the black mildew, or the black leaf spot, that it just had to make its way out, which is right here. There was a new leaf coming up on this, and it seems to be just gone. There's a few like little points, like node points, but I don't think those are anything. But the leaf that was actually coming up on that Alocasia Capria apparently disappeared. It's not gonna happen. So if anyone has any tips on overwintering Alocasia bulbs, please let me know, because I love that plant. Here we have my beautiful variegated Peperomia obtusifolia. I love this plant. Whenever I got it, it did not have very much variegation, and I got it in the mail because we don't have any plant nurseries, and we just don't have even the more nice common plants where I live. We just don't have them. So when I got it, most of its leaves were broken and hanging on by a thread. It only had a couple remaining, and they just didn't have hardly any variegation on them, but it's grown back really nicely. The variegation on these leaves is so pretty. There's a new little cute leaf right there. But this plant wasn't getting a lot of light either, so I moved it over here because it does prefer some even direct light, honestly. This plant will enjoy. And then here is my Variegated Singhania, which is doing good, living her best life. Every now and then this plant will start to give me like mostly green leaves, and then I just have to kind of cut them back. So whenever I start noticing a lot of green like this and this coming in, I'll just cut it back and propagate those pieces, and it has always started after that producing like beautiful variegation. This is its newest leaf, and you can see there's not a whole lot of variegation on it, but oh, this plant is so pretty. So pretty, I love it. Back here is one of my Pilea peperomioides, and these plants go from happy to not the happiest. Happy to struggle in no time, honestly. It's doing okay right now, but it has looked better. I think it's fine. There is some new growth on top there. Here we have my Philodendron by Penna Folium. Looking cute as ever. I love him. Such an awesome philodendron. Just keeps growing like mad. And check out these new moss poles. Well, they're actually cocoa core poles that I found on Amazon. They're really cheap. I think it was $10 for a 2-pack. They're stackable. So they're like buildable. Whenever it outgrows the pole, you can literally just purchase another one and screw it in the top here. And you can just keep going as far as you want to go. And I think that's a really, really cool idea. So I'm just trying them out. I just got them here recently, so we'll see how it goes. But I think they're pretty cool, and they're less messy than the moss poles. The actual like spag moss poles, they just drop pieces of moss everywhere, and it's kind of annoying. And here we have the beautiful Philodendron Borough marks, which I talk about all the time because I love it so much. Lots of new leaves coming out, making Mama very proud. Awesome plant. And like my dream plant is, my dream plant would be like a variegated billy tie, but I know I'm never going to have one of those probably. I'm never going to pay $1,000 and up for a variegated plant, for a plant at all, I should say. So for now, this one kind of reminds me of that one, and it's doing me good. It's scratching an itch for me for now, but I do really hope to acquire at least the regular Philodendron billy tie this year, because that's like top of my wish list, and that's like my #1 plant right now is just a regular Philodendron billy tie. They're so pretty. Here we have the beautiful pasta plant. This is my pastazanium. Ooh, she pretty. Look at those leaves, guys. Just look at those leaves. I can't get enough of her. So this is a shipping leaf, looking a little rough, but still hanging on. This is its last to newest leaf. So pretty, and this is the newest leaf, and each leaf gets taller. Like, look how tall this one's gotten. It's amazing. And then back here, if you can see, whoa, we have a new leaf on the way. Super exciting. I cannot wait to see what that leaf is going to look like. And here is another plant that I just can't get enough of, and that's my Philodendron Painted Lady that I'm so proud of because I rerooted her, and this is her newest leaf. Look at it. Ooh, it's so pretty. Like all of her older leaves, like none of them really have much variegation at all. I still think it's beautiful though. So this new leaf really has me stoked. Like I just love that little dark green patch right there amongst all of the lighter green and yellowish colors. It's so beautiful. And then, yeah, check it. Another new leaf on the way. I think I need to wet this moss. I think it's getting a little bit dry, but I just can't bring myself to repot her yet because she's doing so well in the moss. I don't want to disturb her. It'll happen eventually, I promise. So here, in all her glory, we have Miss Philodendron Melanochryzum varicosum. Ooh. She is an angel. I love her with all of my heart and soul. Just look at that leaf. Ooh, so velvety. Right here is her newest leaf coming out for me. Again, I've got new leaves coming out on all of my philodendron right now, and they make me so excited but so nervous. Like I don't want to mess with it. Like I just want to keep like touching it and stroking it, but then I'm like, no, don't touch it because it's so easy to damage those leaves whenever they're new, especially. But I'm stoked about that. And then back here we have my little gloriosum, Philodendron gloriosum, which, if you remember, probably a month and a half or 2 months ago, her last newest leaf she put off was just completely distorted and brown and terrible. I thought I had some type of infestation, like pest infestation, but couldn't find anything. So here's her newest leaf coming in, and I have to say I'm a little bit nervous as to what this leaf's gonna look like. But hopefully it's beautiful and healthy. I mean, I think it will be. I just don't know what happened there with that last one. Oh, that is all on this shelf. Really quick, let's pop down here. I only have a couple down here. There is that Rhaphidophora tetrasperma stick. My Bonnie spider plant, which also gets bottom watered in this little tray, and all her little babies. Here's just a little bird's nest sansevieria doing their thing. So now we're gonna move up to this shelf, and this is where I'm gonna have to get on a stool, and I may pull some plants down. So let's see what we can do here. Okay guys, I have pulled down a couple plants off of the two highest shelves to better show you guys. This is my Philodendron jungle boogie. When I got it, it had a lot of these spots on the leaves, which really freaked me out. I put it in quarantine immediately, but I messaged the seller just to ask, and he assured me that it was just from cold damage. He said he had lots of experience with this happening to philodendrons before. I still kept it in quarantine for a good while until I seen the new leaf that was coming out, which is this one. It's been out for a while now, and it does have a few of those spots, but I really am not worried about it. I don't think it's not affecting the leaves in a negative way or anything, or the health of the plant. So I was comfortable finally moving him back out with the rest of them, but we have a new leaf on the way here. And this plant reminds me, I don't know if it's the same plant, only the other one, this one's just green, but reminds me a lot of the Ring of Fire, which I would love to have in my house. Like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. But hey, this one with its little yellow spots is kind of like a knockoff Ring of Fire, right? And then here we have my Philodendron pedatum that I got from Legends of Monstera. It's doing really well. I did have to remove several leaves just because they were yellow. Yeah, he's pretty happy. There's a little damaged leaf. This is his largest leaf. It has some of those spots too. But there's lots of new growth coming in. If it'll focus. There's a new leaf right here trying its darndest to unfurl. So hopefully these new leaves start poking out. I think it's almost acclimated to my home by now, so it's really cute. I really like this little philodendron. And here, my pride and joy, my little baby philodendron, Florida Ghost Mint, and his newest leaf here that I just cannot get enough of. I even love this little damaged leaf. It arrived to me like this, and I'm not cutting it off. It's cute as heck. Are you kidding me? And we have another new leaf right here that looks like it's trying to choke itself out, and I really hope it doesn't. Why do philodendrons do this, guys? Does anybody know? Like, sometimes they just decide to be dramatic with those new leaves, and they choke themselves out, and they damage and rip and tear their leaves. No idea. So pretty. I'm really having so much fun watching this little guy grow. Okay, and ignore my messy counter, my fan that I got for air circulation. But here is the beautiful Monstera Thai constellation. Whenever I got this plant over the summer, I got it for a really good deal, I thought. It was literally like this leaf, and this leaf. And there may have been another one. I may have lost one, I can't remember. But all these little tiny leaves. And since then I've gotten these 3 new leaves and I love them. I think this was the first one to unfurl, and it's beautiful. Like, look at that variegation. Oh, it's so pretty and chunky. And I love the Thai constellations just because the variegation is stable. You don't have to worry about these plants reverting to white or green. And it's just nice. It's stress-free. You don't have to worry about it. And each leaf is a surprise. It's so fun. But then it gave me this leaf. And this is its newest leaf that it just recently gave me. So pretty. So I'm just patiently hanging out, waiting to get our first fenestrated leaf. And I'll probably die. But I really love this plant so much. Here's my Monstera stiltsbacana. Look at those leaves. Here's his newest leaf here. And we have a new one coming in here. He's just so happy. There's always several new leaves coming in on this plant at one time. Right there's a new leaf. He's great. This is like an awesome Monstera. Super easygoing, super chill, doesn't require a lot of attention, and he just grows. Love him. Okay, guys, I am so sorry about the backlighting. Like, I know it's kind of terrible, but I honestly attempted to do this last night when my kids were like in bed. They're napping right now, well, my daughter is, but the lighting was like even worse. It was just so dark. So here is Hoya macrophylla, and we will talk about this plant later. You will see I have pieces of it propagating in a Ziploc bag over there because I almost killed this plant. Root rot, yup. But this part of the plant is doing really well. Also, those little wooden dowel trellises like this that I made, I don't really recommend using 99-cent Walmart wooden dowels because they rot like almost immediately. So the pieces that are in the soil rotted away. Definitely go with like bamboo or something that's not gonna rot away on you. But it's beautiful, I love it. This is the Albo Marginera. So beautiful. And then here, ooh, that lighting. If we can see him, he is wild. This is my Alocasia Regal shields that I also thought was going dormant. And I gave it more light. We're losing a leaf here, I believe, because, oh, come on, lighting. We have this new babe coming in right here. Yay! Very, very happy about that. I'm gonna pull this guy out because he's awesome. He's so pretty and he deserves the spotlight for a minute. This is my awesome Hoya pupicalix splash. And I'm just so impressed with this plant. It's grown so much, especially since giving it a trellis. There's constant new growth on it. I would say this is my fastest growing Hoya for sure. There's just, I don't know, it's just crazy. Just look at him. Look at this cute little new leaf right here. Oh, right here. He's just so stinking happy. Like, I can't get enough of him. And look at the splashing on his leaves. Is that not amazing? It's so pretty. Oh, it's so like heavily splashed. I can't get enough of it. Let's turn him around. See that backside. He is something else for sure. Okay, here is my other Pilea that had bacterial issues going on. I lost so much foliage on this little plant, and I got a lot of those like curled leaves, but it's doing a lot better now. He's finally back out here. All of my plants that were in quarantine due to that issue are back out with the rest of them and doing well, other than the couple that I lost. But he's doing okay now, so I think he'll be fine. Here we have my Hoya Crimson Queen, which has recently just started growing really good for me since I gave it more light. Actually, it's gotten lots of new leaves, and it's just now actually started, the new growth has just now started coming in with a pink tint. So the only one that had the pink tint was the Princess for me. And look at that, how pretty. And look at those two newest leaves. Can we just take a second? They're completely white, guys. Ooh, it's so pretty. I love the Princess, I love the Queen. I cannot decide which one I love more. Like, it switches from day to day which one's my favorite because I just love them both so much, but very beautiful. And then, I don't know if you guys remember, but whoa, this raindrop Peperomia, which was doing so well for me, it actually had bacterial issues going on as well. I think it had some really funky stuff going on with the leaves, and I lost a lot of them. But it's finally starting to grow back now. It looks really naked and sad now compared to what it used to look like, but there's like leaves coming in everywhere, so that makes me super happy. I think he's finally recovered and doing pretty good considering. So I love Peperomia, guys, if you can't tell. Here we have my lovely Monstera Peru. And this plant is finally giving me new growth. I've had it for a couple months now, and this is the first new leaves that it's given me. If you can see, here is one new leaf. Cannot wait to see what it's gonna look like. And here we have another new leaf on its way. So, ooh, I'm so happy about it. This plant is so cool. It reminds me of a reptile, like an alligator or something. I don't know, it's just so awesome. This is a shipping leaf. It came to me with a little bit of yellowing, but it hasn't made its way out yet, so we're gonna leave it be. Sorry, I'm just kind of pulling some of them down now because it's so backlit, it's really hard to see. But this is my Hoya australis. I'm really loving. This is a rather new Hoya for me, and like I said in another video, it has the red and purplish coloration on the leaves just from sun stress, from getting like direct light, but I think it makes it really pretty. So I can't wait to get some new leaves on this plant. It's really pretty. Here we just have my little variegated Maranta baby that I propagated. He's doing really, really well. He is putting off lots of new growth. I have this one in a higher light than my other Marantas, and it seems to be really loving that. It's just constantly growing. Plus it's over here by the humidifier. It's so cute. I just love this little Maranta. Here we have my sad Philodendron mammy that I still can't figure out. I don't know what's going on with her. Well, this leaf has been coming out for like months now, and it really hasn't done anything. I'm really sad about it because these plants are really beautiful whenever they're healthy, but mine just is not happy, and it hasn't been since I got it over the summer. So any tips for this plant, much appreciated. So this is one of my little Rex Begonias. I love this little plant. It looks sad right now because after I showed you guys, actually, I discovered that this plant had some black leaf spot going on. And it was just really hard to notice at first because these leaves are so dark anyway. But it was spreading really fast on it. I had to cut away so many leaves. But while it was in quarantine, under the grow light, it started growing back. So these are all new leaves right here. Yeah, this was a Lowe's rescue probably a year ago now. It was so sad, and it was growing so beautifully. It looked so nice. It was blooming, and those bacterial issues just kind of ruined a lot of things for a lot of my plants. But I'm just happy that they survived. So this cute little Rex Begonia is growing back, doing well now. Here we have my newest little addition, my Singhania chiapens, or chiapens. Looking fabulous. Really hoping that this plant is not more difficult than the standard Singhania, but I have a feeling that it's going to be. So if anyone has any care tips for this particular Singhania, please feel free to share them with me. I would really appreciate it. So I'd really like to keep this plant alive and happy. And now we're going to just kind of skim over the top here. Here we have my Philodendron cordatum or scandens. I'm not really sure what to call it at this point, but just my little heartleaf philodendron that's growing really well and really beautiful. I really, really love this philodendron. Back here we have some calathea that we are not going to talk about. Oh, so these guys were catching a draft, and they threw a fit, so I moved them, and I don't know, they've been struggling. The newest leaves look okay. This one only literally has one leaf left. Hopefully they will grow back, but we will just see. These two just are not happy right now. Here's my little Dieffenbachia, doing good. Little cutie. Back here we have my marble queen, which doesn't do a whole lot. It's like the slowest growing pothos I've ever seen in my life. Here is my Mama Variegated Maranta plant, which is doing pretty well. We do have this crispy leaf, and I think like right here, but for the most part this plant's doing good. So pretty. And then here we have my baby rubber tree. This is the burgundy. Had this one for quite a while, almost a year, and it was so teeny tiny when I got it. So I'm really proud of this plant. Ooh, and then here we have, and I just noticed, new leaf. So, ooh, nice. This is my baby Monstera Deliciosa that I propagated off of the mother plant. It was all juvenile leaves. There wasn't any fenestrations. And this is the last leaf that it gave me. It had one tiny fenestration. And I just noticed this new leaf coming in right here. I can't tell if it's going to have any fenestrations in it yet or not, but he's cute. He just hangs out. And then back there at the very back, just kind of draping down, we have my smallest string of bananas. Yes, I said smallest. It's still getting long and crazy. These plants grow so fast, guys. Oh, both of mine need trimmed, and you'll see my other one. It's just, it's a mess. Like legit, it's a mess. Guys, so that is it for this shelf, and that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So be on the lookout for part 2 after this if you are a houseplant tour junkie like me. Still have lots of stuff to go over, so. Alright everyone, that is it for part 1 of my winter 2020 New Year plant tour. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in part 2. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.